Hi, I'm Jessica Dressler. My pronouns are she, her. I'm a producer, writer, actor, singer, drinker, drag performer. I'm the future empress of all of Mount Olympus. I was born and raised in Wyandotte County, KCK, just across the line. Lived there. All my family's from there. Wyandotte! My parents are not artistic. Like, that's not a thing. I mean, like, my mom can sing really well and she plays the drums. Okay, she's musicianal. She's musicianal, but not like theater acting people. Okay? So that was not like a thing. I played softball, but then I had a kindergarten teacher at Bethel. God, that just brought back my memory. That's why I went to kindergarten. Bethel was my school, and her name was Mrs. Backus. Mrs. Backus did this little, like, she took kids around, like an acting troupe, to like the Moose Lodge and the American Legion and this stuff. So she'd have 5-year-olds. It's really funny for me to think about now, but at the time it was just fun, you know, dress up and stuff. And we would do like 40s reviews. So you have all these little 5-year-olds, you know, singing like the Andrews Sisters and that kind of stuff. And she was like, who wants to do this one scene? And every little girl raised their hand. And I was like, no, I do not want to do this scene. And so she was like, you. And it felt like the crowd parted. And it was like, me. And I had to, this little boy sang this love song. He was a soldier. It's so funny to think of 5-year-olds doing this. But he was like a little soldier and he was dead. And so I'm 5 years old and I had to pick up his thing and like just hold his picture and act like I really missed him. I did not want to miss a boy even when I was 5. Oh my God. I did the interactive dinner theater stuff with Ron Simonian. Like Ron and like Matt, Wayne Asbury, all those dudes. We were doing this interactive dinner theater, mystery dinner theater stuff, okay? So we would be at, different steakhouses, and we were doing, Ron's writing this stupid ass scripts that were really funny, but when you're doing it and serving a strip steak, you know, it's like hilarious. But I mean, one of them was like Batman, the musical, all these, but we would travel. So we'd go to like South Carolina, and we're traveling around doing this like hilarious, and it actually paid much better than like equity scale.
Wow.
Yeah, hashtag sorry equity. But at that point, and so it was like this. It was like, okay, you could keep doing this thing that's probably not really propelling your career, but it's really fun. And for me, I'd say my biggest problem is that I don't have that big, thing. Like, I don't have that drive to win awards. I don't have that drive to, have to be the best in my field in it. That sort of, in theatrics. I just want to have fun. I'm like, am I enjoying it? And is the audience enjoying it? Mainly I really just like to do escapism comedy pieces. That's really the world is fucking heavy. So it's like, if I can lift the world off your shoulders for 3 seconds at a time when someone's laughing, to me, it's like, that's it. Like, that's my only fulfillment. It's just, oh, good. They didn't think about, a worldwide pandemic for 3 seconds. I'm like, damn, I really accomplished something. I was an orthodontic dental assistant for about 10 minutes. So from there, I somehow got mixed up with Val, and so I started doing a bunch of TYA. I love children's theater as much as I love like late night theater. I love children's theater because, man, kids will go with you no matter where you're going. Like, oh my gosh, Pippi Longstocking. We're doing it and they believe all these contraptions really worked, that they did. But the moment that it still kind of makes me like cry, where she's talking about, oh my gosh, they're gonna take her away if her dad doesn't show up. Fucking deadbeat dad, pirate somewhere, right? If he doesn't show up, they're gonna take her away. and then she talks to her dead mom, and little children would cry, and it would make me cry. And so I'd be like, oh my God, we're in this together, kids. But like children's theater, super rewarding, rewarding. I love it, love it, love it. So I did children's theater for a while, then was hanging out at the bar Natasha. Then Mr. Kuntz was coming up with her first, she was gonna have a live singing drag show, which had Spencer Brown, Justin Van Pelt, and Christopher Holbrook. These are the singers. And it was going to be hosted by Damron Russell Armstrong Vanderbilt the 32nd. And he was gonna be Diana Ross? No, he was gonna be Dionne Warwick hosting the live singing drag show. Clever, fabulous, right? Well, he gets booked in this big show in New York, so he leaves, and we're just drunk at Bar Natasha, and Missy goes, Dressler, you're gonna need to put a dress on your little party trick because I need a host. And so then what Dirty Dorothy, which was always just a party trick, it was just, oh, I can do a pretty decent Judy Garland impression, but it's much funnier if you make little Dorothy Gale from Oz say bad shit. So, you know, it's like, and you were there, and you were there, and oh, but you couldn't have been, you fucking son of a just here the whole time. You know, so it would be just like a fun little party trick, ha ha ha. But that's where I actually put a costume on. And so then started hosting it. But I mean, I had no idea that that would lead to 15 years, you know, of playing a character like that and just hosting events, which I way love. Like my brain, I really love when there's no script. So it's like all those shows, it's like, no, I didn't prepare anything. It's like, just get out there and let that fear and adrenaline and your quick wit go just based off who's there in the audience. That was really fun, but it got very hard after a long time. It's, you age, but your audience does not. So by the end, you know, and I mean, I still do it. I'll still do it, but I'm not gonna do it on a regular basis anymore. It'll just be on an event basis. But man, if you're like, you're 43 and your audience is 21 still, then you start to be like, holy shit. I'm one of those people saying, kids these days don't understand. And then I was like, oh, time to, never in my life would I have thought, oh, real estate, that's gonna be your jive. Like, you are gonna love that. You're gonna be so jazzy about it. But I am. It feeds that whole thing of, you know, where it's like lifting the weight off of the world off someone's shoulders. Well, buying a house is stressful and it's scary, and especially if you've never done it before. So if I can take any process like that, or selling your house, you know, it's also very stressful. If I can take most of the work that is the stress part out of it and just make it so smooth and easy for someone, and then it's like, oh my God, they have a house. Like, you have a house. Well, I mean, I'm obsessed with old late night. I was obsessed with old late night. Late night is to me the perfect marriage for everything that makes me so happy, where, okay, there's a script and a storyline-ish, you know, that we're following. We're following plot-ish, but there's a story and you're acting. But there's so much room for organic things to happen and everything to go awry that I love it. So I don't get bored. So I loved late night theater. I was obsessed. And Dorothy, actually, Dirty Dorothy was a party trick backstage at Old Late Night. So when I would go see the show, I would get to sit back there and they would ask Dorothy questions from Oz. I love, okay, so we call it late night, Old Late Night and Late Night 2.0. And there was a 7-year break, you know, just a little hiatus, where Ron and Late Night were still doing events and they were doing different performances and pop-up things. But it wasn't like on a proscenium stage or in a bar on a proscenium stage or anything like that. So so that was in my 20s, you know, going to see those. Supermodels in Outer Space is just always going to be one of my very favorites. And it's so fun. I can't even imagine doing a normal show again. Like, I just can't imagine it. Because it's so fun, and our rehearsal process, everyone has input, you know. And I mean, I'm sure that wouldn't work if you're doing Chekhov, but for us, it's a troupe. It's a troupe mentality. Everybody makes the same money. It's, you know, in the show, and everybody has input. If we say do this, and Shannon Mahalski or Stefan Singleton or Sean Ruffin have this hilarious idea, we're like, okay, we'll try your idea. Let's do it. And then always the actor's idea is funnier. And then Ron's just screaming and he's like, keep it, do that every time. And so that's like the fun of late night. So when you talk about mentors, it's like, I've been really lucky to always have this weird, not mainstream, not big acting career in Kansas City. So I've always been in awe of whoever I'm on stage with. It's like, there's always somebody that I think is funnier than me, that I have fun things to learn from. Like, oh my God, Terry Adams, when we did Junie B. Jones, children's theater, okay? But she is one of the funniest humans, like, on the planet. I mean, drag, it was like, I was in esthetician school, and Daisy said, I have to go on tour. Do you want to come over and take over the Madness show and host it while I'm gone? And I'm like, heck yeah, I do. And so then I had Connie Carlisle, and I had Bernadette, who's a hilarious, wiry, skinny, you just don't know. Anyways, I've always had just really funny people around me. And then we went to Missy B's. It was like Genoa, me and Connie, and you. We had Widow, we had Moulton, we had, like, it was just a good time. Like, when everyone around you, you can say, in this aspect, that person is funnier than me. In this aspect, that person is funnier than me. Then it's like, yeah, let's all do our best thing and raise everybody up and make everybody do their best part. Like, just do the thing that you're the best at. Because if you do that part, because I can't do it as good as you, you do the thing that you're the best at, because I can't do that. You're the best at that. You know, and I'll do the thing I'm the best at. Man, you make just phenomenal memories. Someday we're all, if you're, quote, lucky, you're going to be 90 and drooling on yourselves. And it's just going to be the reel of your life once you're stuck in your head. And I am like, girl, pop the popcorn. Mine is good. Black Box opened first, and they had the outdoors, so that was the first thing. And I was like, it's a Saturday night. I am with my wife. We're in public. It's safe because we're outside and away from people, but I got to watch a show. It was so cool. Oh, I want to see all of my musician friends. Like Stefan, I've never gotten to see him in a show that I haven't put him in, because his band is literally when I was working. So I'm so excited to go see him. I'm excited to see everybody. And then theater, I mean, I don't know, it's indoor, so whenever that starts happening, I'll see how I feel on that. But oh man, all the musicians. I've missed Ebony Fondren works when I work. Sean Ruffin and her band. I can't wait to someday go to Kelly's and act like I'm a douchebag fraternity dude and be like, yeah! Like, I can't wait for that sort of thing. So for me, yeah, I feel like I'm super, I feel like everything is so fresh and new because it's all the things that I could never do when I was working. And now I can do them. So it's really getting all the juices flowing on everything. It's very inspiring to go watch other people do what they're good at. So late night theater will be coming back. Right now we have the funniest thing. Ron said, I guess for fundraising, let's do a telethon. So we made this really funny video. It's very high quality, low quality.
It's so good.
Yeah. And so we're doing that, and we're selling merchandise. And people can come pick it up every Tuesday in July at either Missy B's or Ragazza. So this Tuesday we're at Ragazza on the, the 13th? Yeah. And then it'll be Missy B's on the 20th, Ragazza the 27th. So it's that sort of thing. We're just selling merchandise so that our the first show officially back is Golden Girls Gone Wild in Tybee, Georgia. So we kind of have a bit of a residency with the Tybee Post Theater in Georgia, and we've had to reschedule 3 times, and it finally contractually was like, when Broadway's open, that's when we'll say it's safe to do it. So Broadway opens September, we'll be there the end of September. And then in Kansas City, Christmas time, late night theater is back. Confirmed at Missy B's in our fabulous, feeling like you're in a New York basement bar theater. It's gonna be Sonny and Cher Christmas Spectacular. Yeah, so Ron is gonna be Cher. I'm obviously Sonny. And the only other cast member that is in every show is Stefan Singleton as Tina Turner, because she was on Sonny and Cher. She was on the Cher show. She was on the Sonny and Cher show after they were divorced. So it'll be that, but the other 2 cast members each night will be different. Every single show will have 2 cast members that are different. They'll do 2 different characters in two numbers. We'll kind of do a little interviewee, so it'll be very improv, but it will actually be a variety show. Not one single show will be the same. If I could say one thing to the people, would be kind, be less racist, slow down, give a shit about yourself.